play this song.
And we are back. Yes. Hello. Welcome one. Welcome all. You are here on the Fifth Quarter Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Kevlar. Treat them well. And yes, baby, I try to treat them well. Joined with me, as always, Mr. Skip from Skip's Trophies and More. That line gets him every pound. Mr. Diamond Dirty D, and returning to his full-time spot on the show, the Kick Step King, Coach Abe. Fellas, what it is, what it ain't, what's going on?
Man, welcome back, Kick Step King. Taking the full-time role now, man. Maybe I can take me a little vacation or something, you know what I'm saying? It's good to have another voice here that know what the hell they talking about. That can dispute us and disagree with us and still be shooting facts at the same time, brother. So welcome back, man.
Glad to be back, bro. I appreciate that.
Well, in honor of the Kickstep King returning, since January of 2023, the Georgia Bulldogs have won 24 football games and are now up to 25 arrests.
Damn.
Athens PD needs a documentary. That's all I'm saying. They need a docuseries. I guarantee you they get those bonuses every year.
Now watch this, Kev. You just hit something that's gonna be a big thing in the next year or two. These kids are getting all kind of money now. And you know, speed is the thing that these youngsters like. We're just in Georgia, and one of our major universities is doing it. What you think happening in Florida and Tennessee and all the rest of them places? We just get it because, you know, this is the resident team and, you know, we follow them closely. This happening all across the United States, man.
It's local. Yeah, because it's local.
Yeah, I'm thinking this happening with all the major schools, especially these boys getting this money, man, and a scat pack ain't nothing for them to go get now. You get what I'm saying? So, and this is another chance for them to mess their lives up with this little bit of piece of money they getting. Yeah, I think that's going to be
what's up, man? Why does your team have such a lead foot?
Man, for one thing, I like Skip said, man, a scat ain't nothing to get right now. Even if they get half the money, they'll pay the note. They'll do a lot of stuff. It ain't hard to get for these students because they already get money. But for a second, man, it ain't nothing to do in down Athens, bro. It's just a little small school town. You know, they with a little money, and they driving around these Dodges, man, just acting a fool. It's just no excuse, no other explanation for it, and just just looking really into it. I don't think it's like, do we think it's a discipline problem? Because Kirby is, you know, we hold Kirby to a higher standard. You know, I just think these kids, they either come from, you know, not so rich families. You know, they ain't got their hands on that until they play ball and get to school. Because, you know, years past, you had to wait till you get to the league to get some money. You feel what I'm saying? But now it's here goes some money. You know,
What did I say, D? Do you remember what I said when all this NIL stuff first started coming out? And every question that I have asked this question to every single guest that we have had on that had to do with training children in this world. Financial literacy and how to handle having money. It's not all about how you spend it. It's about how you're making decisions and carrying yourself as well.
But that question, Kev, we're talking about 18, 19, 20-year-olds, because I don't think it's the seniors that's doing it, you know, the ones that's up in age. So teaching them financial literacy is a process. It's not like a 6-month thing now. You get what I'm saying? And then you know, you got to think about the psyching of a teenager. It's off season. All this shit happened off season. You get what it's not happening during the season, so we can't blame Kirby like what coach said. We got to think about when they got idle time. And man, what's this? I'm getting $50,000 a month. Or, you know, hypothetically speaking, I don't know, but I'm getting $50K a month. I'm finna go act a donkey, man. Yeah, a speeding ticket. What's that? Not thinking of the big picture, the way it's gonna look on the team, the way it's gonna look for the school, and it's just a speeding ticket. I'm assuming, but you know,
well,
one of the boys crashed into a damn house.
That's nitro. But see, that's the thing, like you saying, Skip. They just came back for spring practice, right? Mm-hmm. Kirby already came out and said that they're not practicing up to potential. You've already said it's like, you know, they getting this money indirectly. He didn't say that, but you know, if you read between the lines, they not as hungry as they is. Now you got the freshman coming in. He already got $100,000. We just hypothetically speaking in his bank account. What can you really tell him to motivate him to do the right thing? Now, should it be something in place? If I'm a head coach or the AD at one of these universities, hey, I thought they couldn't drive cars when they was freshmen. So the first thing you look at, now they not freshmen, Skip. This guy's a sophomore who done got in trouble. First thing he jump off the line when he get back to school. Look what he got. You follow me? Now, there's no excuse for it. Because they were getting it to him. But, you know, it's got to be to the point like right now. He's suspended indefinitely. This is a kid that put his name in the transfer portal and jumped back out and came back. So that lets you know he had 1 foot in and 1 foot out the door. So you just didn't ease your way out. And somebody
he don't fuck that money up now, though. The money gone.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, the NIL and all this stuff is tied to you playing the sport. So... Yes. You know, now it's one of them ones like, not to get off subject, I saw something on YouTube where they had this young kid. He was real clean cut. He was in jail and he was in the courtroom, had his hands behind his back. You would think, looking at him, that this is a good kid that made a mistake. He walked up and killed 2 people. So they gave him no bond and he broke down crying. Everybody like, I feel sorry for him. No, I don't. Give him the book. He wasn't thinking about that when he was killing them people. You know what I mean? And these were innocent kids that do gang stuff, so this applies to these kids.
And go to Henry Ruggs for a sports reference that used to be with the Raiders. He was, what was the other dude with Georgia? Jalen Carter? He was in the car?
No, Jalen Carter played for Georgia.
He was a Georgia Bulldog when the girl died. He was in the car.
Right. His teammate.
Yeah, he was in the car though. He was
riding. He was riding next to him. They were racing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I bet in both of those situations we just named, they thought, I could take a speeding ticket. I can afford it.
Yeah.
Well, they thought they wasn't gonna get caught. That's what I would say.
Hey, do me a favor and turn your camera right there for me. You get a little small there. Yeah.
But you know, I don't even think they thinking that way. You watch this. I think they're thinking it's just one speeding ticket. I'm a UGA superstar.
That's it.
But you know, I get the ticket, but I can pay it. It ain't nothing.
But I'm saying, that's it. What you saying right there, Skip. I play for whoever. So if they do pull me over, they gonna let me go. Or this has been going on for so long, they probably have gotten a warning from Joe Blow Cop and this cop ain't with it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you ain't gonna sit up and tell me, as you say, Kev, 25 some players, somewhere down the line, somebody has been letting them skate through and letting them get away with this mess. And they've been doing it until, i.e., somebody gets seriously hurt and dies, or somebody been like, hey man, look, give me some Georgia tickets or some paraphernalia. You see what I'm saying? Because or I'm just not just Georgia, anywhere across the nation, because we know you're not gonna sit up here and tell me, just like you said, you ain't gonna sit up and tell me them boys in Miami wasn't doing stuff. You Florida State, Florida, Texas. I mean, Texas got a lot of.
In the documentary about Hernandez, they were talking about how he pulled up beside somebody and started shooting.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying those days are gone, but now is money, like Skip say, is high dollar money involved. So when you have money, you have the access to go get a Lamborghini now, where you couldn't get it to your signing bonus. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that you have money.
Right. And I think the financial literacy should be a part of what the intake is for these kids now, because like you said, some of them are arriving to campus to a bank account versus arriving to campus, performing in spring training, then getting the NIL money. You know, like the boy from Michigan got promised what, 10 million? You know, so you automatically done jump 10 tax categories because you went from nothing to a millionaire. You get what I'm saying? And now you got all of this pressure from the family, and you know, you want to present yourself well with all of the Gucci and all of that, and you want to you got money. And if these rappers getting killed and shot just because they are who they are is not a wake-up call to these kids now, man.
It wouldn't be a surprise. I hate to say it, but at that rate, it wouldn't be a surprise if it started happening more in the athletic community.
Well, they tend to get themselves in situations where people rob them. We don't hear a lot of stories about them, or they getting scammed out of money and so forth. I do agree with you, Skip. For the universities, I would say you coming in as a high-profile 5-star, 4-star athlete, they might need to just go on and put a mandatory class in place or something for these kids to take across the board. And I'm just not talking about the football players, basketball, even the young ladies are getting money now and everything, because now you're going to have to, just like how the NFL do their symposium when the guys come into the league and they had the former players try to talk to them, you're going to have to put somebody in place that's been there, done that, in that position, former athlete, former AD. Somebody's going to have to be there, because, you know, you really can't tell them too much of nothing, but you can advise them these are the things that can happen.
All right, well, we're gonna move on to the next subject here. I like that. That went better than I thought it was gonna go. I was just really wanting to poke shit at Georgia. All right. Hey man, is Ohio State the new QB university? I'm gonna name some QBs. Some of them have transferred and went on to
exactly. So that don't make them QBU.
Joe Burrow, Justin Fields, CJ Stroud, Quinn Ewers, Kyle McCord, Will Howard.
Okay, but how many of them transferred in? Take them out.
And transferred out.
Well, I was gonna say most of them transferred out.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. So you're not QBU. You just happen to get your high profileness. The university itself happens to draw this thing. If they were staying there 2-3 years and winning their career, then they'd be QBU.
And
you get what I'm saying?
Go ahead, A.
Go D.
And you missed a couple of names that were really players there. The Troy Smiths of the world, the JT Barretts. Troy Smith won a Heisman there. These people that you're naming didn't win the Heisman, might have been a runner-up or so. No, you can't.
Right.
You can't. Go ahead.
And the key word that I want to use, man, is just from my coach's perspective, is they ain't damn developing no damn quarterback up there, bro. They got the best receivers. Chunk it. Throw it, get it to them. That's it. No progressions, no like I'm putting the team on my back type of deal from any of the quarterbacks they done had, other than Stroud. Now he's the one exception who
I give you that.
Who I don't know if he transferred in. I don't know that part, but I know that he played QB for them on a very high level. And you know that game against Georgia, he was the best player on the field. You just got lucky. But other than that, man, they not developing. Will Howard, name me one good pro that done came out of there other than CJ. You know, that done really just came out of there.
Now, a couple of months ago, we talked about how many busts Ohio State quarterbacks have had. How many there have been.
Right.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, like Abe is saying, Kev, you got to measure the success when they come out of there. You got CJ Stroud, the only one when they get to the pros that has put up numbers that can establish that he was the number 2 pick in the draft. Justin Fields got picked in the first round, but we haven't seen him make no Pro Bowl and win no division. We know he's talented, but he's the jury's still out on him and is running very thin.
And that's where I kind of disagree with what you're saying, because he can't pick and choose what NFL team he go to. In college, you can pick and choose where you go. You can go with a stack of receivers and a hell of offensive line, or traditional running the football, that you come in there with a shotgun arm and everything, and then you just, you the man in college. Then when you get to the pros, it's, I ain't as good as I thought I was, because I'm not on a stacked team now. Ohio State has always had 5-star talent everywhere, just like Michigan and Georgia and everybody else. So we can't say how they translate to the league would make them QBU, because if they got to go to a good team, then we would still have that barometer. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But going to somewhere like the Jets, or in Justin Fields' case, it wasn't the Jets. Chicago. I mean, what's he to do? Just like with Shador. Shador got beat up in college and still was completing the ball. Damn, if they was dinking dunks, he was still completing them. So if he was to go to one of them teams, I think he'd meld, because he was already getting beat up. Now he'd get hurt quicker, in the league. But it's one of those things where he don't have to go from being spotless in the fourth quarter to, what, I'm kind of used to this kind of beating, so let me learn to get rid of the ball quicker, which is what he's gonna have to do. And I think he'll translate good to the pros if he goes to a garbage team, in my opinion.
There is no QBU in college.
All right. Well, I got another good little segue here. Who are the 5 programs? I should say Power 5 programs that have never recorded a 9-loss season.
Oh shit!
5
9-loss season?
Yes.
You say it's 5 programs.
Yes.
I don't know if Miami's had a 9-loss season.
Miami's one of them.
I know we had an 8-loss season.
Miami is one of the 5.
He was on the death penalty.
Bama.
Bama's not on there. Bama's had a 9-loss.
I think the Gators on there.
Nope.
The Gators been getting their ass tore up.
No, we talking about 9 losses in the season though.
Georgia's on
there.
That's 2 of 5. Miami and Georgia.
USC.
I'll give you a hint. There's two more SEC teams.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can go with that. He tried to get South Carolina in here.
No.
Hell no.
I'm messing with it.
No, we had a 10-loss season.
No.
LSU.
LSU.
No.
Auburn.
Texas.
No.
OU.
Okay, so that's the 4. So are we going with Ohio State as 5?
Ohio State is 5. Ohio State, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Georgia, and Miami never had a 9-loss season
in the history. That's
a stat right there.
That's impressive.
That's a stat.
Mm-hmm.
That's very impressive.
And you got to think, Oklahoma wasn't always in the SEC, so we're looking at Oklahoma, Miami.
Oklahoma was a powerhouse for decades.
That's what I'm saying. SEC has always been the measuring stick. So you got Oklahoma, Ohio State, and Miami that wasn't in SEC. That's a step. Yes. And for 3 teams to be in the SEC with as much as how the power was shift from Tennessee to Auburn to Alabama to Georgia, ooh,
that's impressive.
That's a stat. That's a mean stat right there.
All right. Well, I'm just going to pull this one out before we get into the actual stuff of the night. I don't know if y'all saw this, but apparently some fans were upset about this season on College Game Day with some of Nick Saban's language.
Yeah, I seen it.
Nick Saban has come back out and he has said, this is real life, not a Hallmark movie. You don't like the way I talk? Well, tough shit.
Exactly. And you know what they're starting to realize? He been talking this way all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like Belichick, nobody knew he was a jokester until he got from behind the coach's thing. You get what I'm saying? So, no, now you're getting to see who he really is. He ain't the angel that y'all thought he was. He had to be a hard-nosed coach to coach all these teams and all that different talent he had. So, kudos to him, man. If the networks let him get away with it, more power to him. That's the way I see it.
Go ahead, Nate.
I mean, we talking about the best college coach ever and just one of the best coaches ever, period. Getting paid a lot of money to talk football, and you don't think he gonna talk his shit? That's crazy.
And he's unimpeachable.
And the FCC does allow, the FCC will allow 3 of the, I don't know what to call them, the higher level cuss words, I guess you could say.
Well, you know what I mean?
Per show. Three beeps per show is what is generally allowed by the FCC.
Well, this got to be the guy that he talked about down in his mother's basement and so forth. That's where it started from. Skip, it was quite funny when he did it live on air, and he talked about a guy staying in his mother's basement and making all these remarks, never played football, and this is that, whatever. You can't handle it. Get out.
Okay.
Yeah. So he went off. He went on a tirade, and you could tell it had been boiling in Nick Saban for a couple of days, like a couple of weeks rather. So each week it was like they were poking fun at some of his stuff. Like you said, we've heard Kirby talk real rough.
His national
to make one of us.
Saban.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you can imagine what goes on behind closed doors. As we speak, March Madness is going on right now. The girls are playing. Can we hear one of the real rats?
We need to mic them up.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like
I want to hear what them young ladies, them Don Staley is saying behind closed doors. Can we hear that? Can we hear the LSU coach? Because she got a mouth on her. Can you imagine what she's saying to her players behind closed doors? So don't get this twisted. We all done had the coach. We played ball on some levels. This man right here knows what he had to get in somebody's tailbone. It is what it is.
Right, and you got to think. These people are coming after these not podcasts, these broadcasters and these guys because there's nothing else to do. Who doesn't curse? I mean, for them to say, if all they can say, well, you curse too much. Take your ass to church. You don't need no cursing. Go to church. You know what I mean? You're watching me to get information or to learn. And you want to complain about how I teach? I bet you received my message. Like, people ask me why I curse so much. I said, man, when you put an adjective on something, it changes the whole trajectory of the statement. Hey, man, don't mess with that. God damn it, didn't I say? And you get the attention. You see what I'm saying? You put the adjective on there. It'll change the whole statement. So there you go. This man's stupid.
Well, hey, fellas, I lied. I did have one more, and I wanted to do this because it happened here in Conyers. All right. An 18-year-old was charged. Hang on, let me actually get it up here. All right.
Imagine if that Dustin was mic'd up. You stupid.
Justin.
Oh my God. Anyway, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Oh shit! I just read the comment. My bad. We don't need to hear. All right. 18-year-old Cortez Lyles, a high school football player from Heritage High School in Conyers, Georgia, has been charged with making terroristic threats. The charges stem from a diss track he recorded and shared on Instagram, in which he threatened to beat up a teammate after an on-field altercation in November.
Some bullshit.
Hang on. So, kid that got arrested got jumped. He came home and made a diss track, posted it, and they played a little clip of the song. He posted it, and then it got all around the school, and apparently somebody called the police. But it comes back to all the stuff that these kids do online is out there.
But we're not talking about a kid saying, I'm gonna bring a gun to school and blow your brains out. We're not talking about a kid that's got a violent history outside of playing sports. We're talking about music. Just like these state's attorneys are trying to use the rap lyrics to convict these rappers, and it's backfiring on them, because this is a character when they go to rap. So if this kid got jumped, and it's documented, or according to what you say, you read it, and then he made a rap song, and you arrested him, I would have a lawyer, and I would be drilling in Kanye's ass. That is, you're invading his right to freedom of speech, and you're going to punish him for saying what's on his mind when rappers do it all the time. That to me is the school having more power than they should have. Because somebody at the school had to call to get him arrested. I don't think that was a parent. I think it was a school.
Well, it could have just been now on here. How they make it look with the arrested part. It could have just been the school resource officer that can take him in like that.
But it's still embarrassing. It's public embarrassment.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, they probably called him into the principal's office and did it in there. And probably, I doubt they. I don't know. I'm just giving you what I'm hearing.
Right. But that right there, I would try to get me a lawyer. I would try to get a civil rights lawyer or something. I don't even know if he's black or white. Whatever he is, they need to get a lawyer and get on them about this here, because now you're just taking it too far.
And I want to know too, like the kid report that he got jumped. Were the kids that jumped him, were they disciplined for that, or did it just go water under the bridge?
They weren't.
Which would warrant for him to go retaliate in that way, even if it do be a song or whatever. But that still don't make it right. And these schools definitely gonna take these rap songs, and when you do that seriously, you feel what I'm saying?
Abe, I'm sorry, but I just want to get the lyric in there for context. The clip that it showed, it was the hook, and the hook was, "I'll beat your ass and take your bitch." That was the hook.
What in the fuck?
Okay.
Man, listen. You know how they say the person that hit last is always the one get caught? That's pretty much one of those cases. But if that's all he said in a song, in music, and they arrested him, detained him, or did whatever, his parents need to get a lawyer. I want somebody with some money say, get me a lawyer. We're gonna teach y'all about playing with these children. You ain't arrested kids that jumped him. You ain't asked them why he did it before you did all this. Come on, man.
That's true as well.
Did they get to the bottom of that before they just locked the man up? That's what I'm saying.
They did.
It was a good little lineup of topics.
Hey man, why you swimming, man? We got to touch on this Jaden Daniels mama thing. His mama getting out of hand.
You saw that what was that, last night where he moved that?
I ain't never disrespected my mama, but I'd have checked her ass. You see me talking to a woman, I don't give a damn what you think. Get your ass out the way. She gonna sit between him and Juju like Juju's a gold digger, like she ain't got her own money. I mean, come on, man.
Very excessive. Very
whatever. You sit your ass down. I know that.
She's trying to protect her baby.
Whatever. He a grown ass man. It's his money, not hers. But anyway, that's just my point on that. But
agree. I think it might have been a little embarrassing too to Jalen and
right.
You know what I'm saying? I could tell by her facial expressions after the fact, you know, she was just like,
yeah, like what the fuck is
you know,
this? He's grown.
and you know, I try not to pay attention to what's online. You know, people like, oh, they cousins, they this, they know it, whatever. I don't know the case, but it seemed like to me that the mama was player hate. You feel
A
what
little
I'm saying?
assessment.
100%.
It definitely was embarrassing. Now, what I would do, Skip, I do agree, but I would check up behind, you know.
Of course, yeah. You don't do that. No, mama is mama now. All day long.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't got loud and be like, Mama, you got to stop. I'm sorry. Please stop.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you can't come with me no more. I'm sorry. You got plenty of money to go do what you want to do. But I'm gonna go live my life.
For sure.
All right. Well, fellas, let's talk about March Madness. We are here. We are down to the Sweet 16, and we're just gonna go ahead. Damn, that dog chewing loud as hell. We just go.
I don't know why he in the room with you and you working, player. Put him in another room. Go ahead, man.
We gonna go ahead and talk about these 4 teams over here that are left in the Southern bracket. Coming in first, we got Auburn and Michigan that will be going at it in just a couple of days, along with Ole Miss and Michigan State.
They're playing here, right? They hit the Atlanta region. Yeah. So they'll be down, boy. Auburn has a good team, but everybody's bracket is busted. Ain't nobody finna tell me that they had the teams picked to go where they're going. I'm looking at Auburn and Michigan State to probably play.
Can't nobody tell you what they got. You said can't nobody tell you that they had the teams picked.
No, you ain't gonna tell them. No, I'm saying the brackets, what you got, the brackets have been busted, Skip. You ain't finna sit up here. I mean, like Arkansas beat St. John's. St. John's was number 2 seed. Arkansas was number 10. You're not gonna sit there and tell me anybody had that, outside of Arkansas.
Okay, you're right. Go ahead.
Like McNeese State upset Clemson. Nobody would have picked McNeese State to beat Clemson. Nobody would have did that. So it is that time of the year when somebody gets hot and it just breaks up everything. But go ahead, Jack. Go ahead.
Skip.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm looking at the brackets. It's the women's I'm looking at now, but I feel like this. Basketball is the one sport where a lot of times talent doesn't matter. We've seen the teams with 5 surefire NBA draft picks get beat in the first round, second round, third, not even make it to the Final 4. The one thing about basketball is anybody can get hot at any given time, and that'll change the trajectory of the game. So these seedings just get you the weaker teams, to try to make it better in the end. But I'm like you, D. Couldn't nobody say, even looking at some of the women's upsets, couldn't nobody have told you that these teams were going to win like they did. So kudos to the coaches, man, and the athletes out there that refuse to lose. That's all I can say about that.
I could have told you one team that was going to be winning over there.
Oh, my God. You talking about the women? Oh, well.
You said the women.
Again, I'm going to let Abe go, but I will say this. Skip, this would trip me out on Sunday. The men was playing on CBS, and the women game was on ABC. I have never in my life seen a NCAA women's tournament game on primetime channel.
But that's the Caitlin Clark and the other girls' effect from last year.
And
they were getting record-breaking numbers.
And the women's game, before we got on air, I think this Oklahoma and somebody was just playing. They just went to 2 overtimes right before we got on air.
It wasn't Oklahoma because Oklahoma won 96-62.
Okay, excuse me. Well, who you got? Somebody just was in.
Alabama and Maryland.
Okay, I knew it was something real.
111 to 108, 2 overtimes.
2 overtimes, and that's what I'm saying. We still getting the young ladies tournaments that are a little more popular than the men right now
because they were underestimated for so long, and it took big names like like I said, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese to say, "Hey, we can ball too." And then when they finally watched them, they were like, "These girls really can play." we can't wait to see more. And now they're seeing more of it. So, because 111 points in a woman's game,
that's a lot.
A lot of damn scoring. You know what I mean?
I've seen some of those games where it's like 20 to 25 at halftime.
Exactly. Because 96 to 62, that was a good game until it wasn't a good game. That's still a lot of points.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All
right, what do y'all think about this old? Oh, hey, go ahead. My bad.
2 points. 1 point is Paige from UConn is a baller this year.
Ooh, are they?
Also, man, I don't know if y'all remember the last time I was on what I talked about the SEC being a college basketball conference now. We making up a little bit under half of the Sweet 16. Auburn, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Kentucky, Bama, and there's one more I forget. But we got 7.
Florida.
Yes, sir. How could I forget them? We got 7 of the last Sweet 16 teams now, man. So I just want to ask y'all, are y'all taking the SEC to win the Natty or the field?
I'm going SEC.
SEC, absolutely. And let's get
because they're not going to play each other until the Final Four.
Kentucky play. Tennessee and Kentucky are about to play each other, so they'll not.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They'll still leave 6 to battle the field. So, it'd be hard to go against the SEC.
Yeah, Tennessee and Kentucky are the only matchup, or the only SEC matchup coming up.
The other crazy part, like Abe said, the ACC outside of Duke has just went away. And when you got the SEC now dominating, and we know it's a pout because of the football teams, and they then brought over the other Oklahoma and all them over to the SEC. This is becoming world dominance now.
Well, it used to be
one SEC point real quick that I saw today.
Go ahead.
SEC college baseball top 25. The SEC has 13 of the 25 spots.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really, the SEC is dominating across the board.
As far as rankings, yeah.
So has NIL changed that, y'all think? Or what?
It's going to change it because the bigger universities get the most money. That's where the money is at the big university. So because they have a lot more boosters and hey man, get that dog out of the mic. I thought that was you.
God, man, need a CPAP.
But, when you but no, these big universities, even Georgia and Athens is not that big. Look at all the boosters and car dealerships and sponsors and everything else that's at those schools. So why wouldn't you want to go where the money is, especially if you have the star behind your name or the resume behind your name? So I think that's why. And then the SEC has this aura, like this golden shield around them. Like if you go there, you're gonna get seen. Also, so but touching on the thing you said about the ACC falling off, it used to be North Carolina, Duke, NC State,
Maryland,
and Virginia. Those were basketball powerhouses.
We got some more.
I'm just saying you saying how they fell off, and now it's like everything's SEC. I get it, but a lot of these schools I just named, you have to be a certain GPA to even get in them schools.
That's
Damn
true.
how good you are. If you ain't got the GPA, you ain't going.
That's
like
true.
A lot of people don't realize Georgia Tech was good all the time, basketball and football. But you had to have a 3.7, 3.8 GPA just to get in school there, and you had to be accepted. So if it wasn't for scholarships, not that John Saturday ain't smart, but a lot of these athletes wouldn't have went to Georgia Tech if it wasn't for scholarships. Because I know some kids that when I worked at Georgia Perimeter College back before they changed over to Georgia State, they were 3.9, almost 4.0 GPA and got denied entry into Georgia Tech.
And just like you were saying, it's amazing. Like the Wake Forest Wake Forest was a mainstay in the tournament, and we was having this conversation today because one of our friends, his stepson plays for Georgia State, and I just found out today. So if the only way they can go into the portal in the basketball is once they get eliminated from the tournament. So a lot of them opened up the portal today, and a lot of them jumped in today. That we was looking at. He's going back to Georgia State and playing, but they was concerned how these kids are already jumping around in the basketball world already. You got a kid in some of these that been on 3 teams already, and that's just in basketball.
D, you know what? You just hit on something real quick, and this to all 3 of y'all. Do you know that Prime Dion had to petition for his son Shiloh to transfer from Jackson State to Colorado? It was something. I think you can only hit the portal like twice, right?
But in his case, he was a graduate because he had already graduated. So he had already transferred once. He didn't do the portal thing. He transferred from South Carolina to Jackson State. Then the portal came about for him, but he had already graduated. So he had 2 years of eligibility, I think, because he got injured 1 year plus the 1 year he could play. So that's how he got able to do that.
But why would he have to petition if the portal is there? That's what I'm saying. It was something where Dion and his son had to go through something with the NCAA to allow him to transfer.
Because he had graduated, Skip. He had already got all his curriculum. He didn't have to take classes, I don't think, when he got to Colorado. He graduated from Jackson State, I believe. Remember that was the whole question. And then he just had eligibility to play another year or whatever it was in football.
Yeah, he played 2 years at Colorado. He played the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was about to say, I think that's what they need to do too. Make it to where you can only hit that portal twice. I don't give a damn how good you are. I hear. Are we here? But
right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did y'all get into any other games while I was gone? My bad.
Oh, I'm frozen. I'll be back. I'm frozen.
My bad. We got some awkward moment. Hey, man, give me your thoughts on Duke and Arizona.
Go ahead, Abe.
I was gonna say I'm gonna take the field because I like Duke to win the Natty, but it should be a great game, man. Both of them like to get up and down. I do love Duke's length against Arizona, even though they got bigs, but Duke right now is my pick to win the Natty. I could be wrong because Florida's sneaky good. Bama sneaky good. You got a lot of SEC teams in there, but I like Duke.
I got you.
Just because I like Duke to win the Natty, I'm gonna definitely take Duke over Arizona. But it should be a great one though.
I'm not a Duke fan. I cannot cheer for Duke, but I'm not a fool either. Duke is very big. I seen them play. Who they playing? Illinois? Was it not Illinois? Who they played tonight? And you could tell the height difference in Cooper Flag, and it looks ridiculous. I mean, they just able to dominate and play inside out, outside in. However, and it's still, even though Mike Krzyzewski is gone, they still are bringing in the Duke player, as you would say, to do what they need to do to win games. Hey man, let's go. You're doing too much.
Go, man. BYU and Alabama.
Hey. I love Bama. Bama by a lot.
Bama by a lot. Skip, that's a 2 and a 6. Bama at 2.
Yes.
I haven't really seen Bama. I was going to comment on that Duke thing that they were talking about just now.
Go ahead.
Duke got a junior Michael Jordan over there that refused to lose. And I'm with you, Abe. Unless I ain't gonna even say the H word, the I word, injury. But that's the only thing that can derail him. With that young boy playing like he playing, cause he's a specimen. But I like Alabama. I'm just gonna go with the higher seeds because I really haven't been following the men like that. But I'll take Alabama. Also,
Roll Tide. in basketball.
All right. Down here in the Western, we got Florida and Maryland. Florida coming in at a 1 seed. Maryland at a 4.
If you ain't seen Florida play, you need to take a look at them. Like a well-oiled machine. They get up and you talking about get up and down the floor. They getting up and down the floor, playing good defense and getting up a lot of shots. I'm taking Florida.
SEC champs.
Go Gator.
Okay. You just go on about this. Okay.
Man, when I seen the way I seen them dethrone UConn like that, because UConn was up, and UConn probably got the best college coach in basketball right now.
Yeah.
You know, and I saw Florida just straight take it to them. You feel what I'm saying? They was hungry. They took that game because they was up. Then UConn fought back, and then they took the lead back. So if Duke don't win, don't be surprised if Florida get the Natty.
Okay. That's a good one now. Imagine your boy Hurley coaching the Lakers now with Luka and LeBron.
Who you say?
Ain't it Hurley?
Yeah. What name?
UConn, right?
UConn coach.
Yeah, because they were the Lakers they offered him 120 million or something like that. He turned it down. But imagine if he was a coach now with what they got now. It'd be UConn in the NBA.
I'm gonna tell you what, they better off with what they got.
Yeah, them antics that he does don't really go for
resonate. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's not about you when we get to these players making $1 million. So, you know, whereas in college he can put all the pressure on himself, you know, when kids fight, they play hungry, they ain't really getting no money like that. But you know, when you get to the league, man, it's different. So I just don't feel like I don't want to say personality, antics and stuff that he carry on the sideline or just go for any pro team. You know.
Number one, Houston, and number 4, Purdue.
I'm taking Houston. Well-oiled machine.
Well, let me ask you a question because, again, I haven't been watching. Have y'all seen Purdue? Because Purdue normally keep them a big old 6'8", 6'10" country boy in the middle.
Yeah,
that can change the game, man. Because they had the big boy come out there last year, right?
Yeah, but
so if they're big and bulky like they once were, I don't know if they are. That's what I'm asking.
Houston is long and athletic. I'm not comparing when Hakeem and Clyde Drexler were there back in the day. But they got some runners, Skip. You need to take a look at them.
I am. I just been running.
And they coach the one he used to coach Oklahoma back in the day. He got them boys playing outstanding basketball where they can go toe to toe. You can see them in Florida playing, you know, Final Four against each other. I'm not gonna even lie to you, but I watched them play and they scary. They scary good, meaning that they could take your best shot and walk you down in a 10-point lead.
Okay. Respect.
Yeah, they definitely running and gunning. Calvin Sampson, like you said, great coach. You know, great tradition there with them. I mean, they ain't really won on that, but they be in the mix every year. You know what I'm saying? Either as a 1 seed or at least a 5 seed at the lowest. You see So I'm gonna definitely go with Houston. I haven't seen Purdue, but I have watched some games with Houston, and they play great team ball. You feel what I'm saying? They don't really have no one guy that will stand out like that. They do have a best player, but you know they play good team ball. So I'm looking for them to beat Purdue.
Kentucky and Tennessee.
I'm gonna go with Kentucky off the strength of who they've always been. Like I said, I'm sorry.
I said that's a solid answer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the upset with Tennessee, and the only reason being Kentucky's guard is dealing with a shoulder injury. Skip, he's out there wrapped up with the little heat thing on him and stuff. He's playing one arm, and he's willing. He's willing. You know, he's playing hard, but eventually it's going to catch up with him. And I think Tennessee can send more players. The depth factor probably will kick in, and this will come down to your favorite word, coaching.
Hey.
Yeah, for sure. And Tennessee got a good one with Rick Barnes. I think that's his name. But he used to be the coach at Texas. I like you said, D, they best player hurt. He dinged up. So it just make it kind of hard for me to believe that they're gonna go out there and give Tennessee a good run like that with him being down. They need him to, in a tournament game the way this is, they need him to at least get 20 plus points.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So,
Yes.
I ain't sure with him being like that if he's gonna be able to do that. They can play good team ball. They don't play great team ball, but I think give me Tennessee to edge it out. But Kentucky fought hard that last game they played.
Yeah.
I forgot what that was. I was watching. But they showed good heart, good effort. But I'll take Tennessee because they got all their bullets and they gun full.
Okay. All right.
And down to the last game of the Sweet 16s portion of the tournament.
Arkansas.
Texas Tech coming in against the lowest ranking surviving team, the Arkansas Razorbacks. Good old Arkansas. Just because I'm an SEC guy, I'm going to go ahead and take them.
Me too.
Upsets in a row.
I'm taking them too.
You know who coaching them, right? Kale. You know who coaching them, right? John Calipari. He just beat Rick Pitino. The whole team left. This is outstanding. The whole team left. These are transfer players that he brought in. And they just knocked off the number 2 seed in St. John's. Don't get it twisted. He finds ways to get players to do what they need to do in these type of situations. I'm scared to say, but Arkansas might get these boys. Because all you got to do is get a little high.
That's right. And you can pick the most off-the-wall things together and put them together and make a pizza. And that's what he's doing.
And there wasn't no upset of St. John's. It was a basketball game, Skip, where they was up. And St. John's was trying to catch them.
Oh, okay. But Rick Pitino got to be 80.
He's 73 years old, I believe.
But he took that St. John's team from trash to Big East. Didn't they win the Big East? They didn't win the Big East.
Yes.
And a 2 seed, I just think with that matchup with Arkansas, man, St. John's only weakness is shooting the 3. You feel what I'm saying? They got to just live by twos, and in today's college game, that ain't really, I feel like Arkansas played their best game that game before they played Rick Pitino on them. And I forgot who that was, but it was a great game by them, man. I haven't watched Texas Tech like that, but I definitely feel like Coach Cal will be able to get them over the hump just with the coaching. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Got this far, they don't play hard, so I'll take Arkansas.
Skip.
I'm gonna take Arkansas also. I'm gonna take Arkansas. I'm looking at. You're looking at the upcoming games of NCAA, right, Kel?
Yes. I just got the bracket pulled up right here.
Yeah, I'm looking at Florida and Maryland play.
Yeah.
Duke and Arizona.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a barn burner, boy.
All right, well, real quick, fellas. D, you put this topic up here, so I'm gonna let you take the reins. But I believe this should have been okay. There we go. The game, yes. Have refs ruined the game? Now, with those 2 words, the game, are we talking about all sports or just the NBA? Because that was what it was under in our chat.
Well, we talk about all the sports. They go with umpires, they go with referees on the football field, basketball, and so forth. This came about because I seen the Detroit Pistons coach go on a rant and saying how Oklahoma City's basketball team is getting away with bloody murder on the court with these phantom calls and things of this nature. We have seen, and we've talked about on this show previously over the years, who really controls the game. A lot of people will say the coaches, they'll say players, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, whatever. And we've all came together and said it's the ref. You can have a ref that has a personal vendetta against your coach, quarterback, point guard, whatever, pitcher, whatever, and will do things in the game that are subtle that you know for a fact some ain't right. Sometimes outside of the confines of the field, money be involved.
Right. I think they should have this new laser thing they got in baseball. They got these refs that, like in football, they got the guy in New York that oversees the play or the challenge plays and all that. They gotta have checks and balances in. If a commentator can sit in the booth, and I'm talking about football now, and say, what in the world did he call? Why can't that same ref in New York hit that buzzer and say, wait a minute, pick that flag up? That was not right. That was a phantom call. What are you looking at? They already have extra refs on the sideline in case the ref gets hurt. You get what I'm saying? So if they see these anomalies where, like you said, the refs holding grudges or don't like this player or don't like this coach, get them out of there. They got to, because what's going to happen is when the fans stop coming to the games and start watching it on TV, it's going to be a whole nother world. Then you can start losing money. And then you're going to say, well, you know what? We'll just automate everything.
On top of that, Kev, this is the first year that I found out that they will be able to challenge balls and strikes now in baseball. So these are some of the things that are happening because, again, it's big time money involved. Where people can clearly see, because we have everything, and the eyes are everywhere now, that we can see clearly that's not a strike, that's not a ball. We can clearly say his foot was out. That's, as far as in football. Basketball the same way. That's not a 3, that was a 2. And these phantom calls with flopping and things of this nature going on in basketball. As we just stated, we're looking at the fact that we're in March Madness, we're in the Sweet 16 now, we're going to be in the Elite 8 Final 4. Play close attention to what's going on in these games.
Well, I'll just give an example because, D, it's not even now. We've been able to see it for years. Go back to the Outback Bowl, South Carolina and Michigan, when Jadeveon Clowney had that hit that everybody knows about.
That was terrible.
Go to the play right before that.
It was that much before, and they gave him a first down.
And they gave him a first down. And that was blatant. On TV, they were pointing the camera right down at it. Everybody and their mama, but the ref that had the ball in his hands saw the 4 inches of God shining daylight that was coming to the ground right there. Okay? It was only right what Clowney did. But I say that to say these bad calls have been going on for years. And not every call gets justified like it did in that game.
Right, but it was so few and far between then, though. Back then, it was 1 bad call a week, maybe 2. Now it's 2-3 bad calls a game. And then it's the same ref making these bad calls, and there's no punishment for them. If a coach comes out and say, man, that ref missed 2 calls, he's going to lose $50,000. But a ref can cause the game to switch momentum or whatever, and cause the team to lose, and nothing happens. And then he'll apologize later. Yeah, that was a bad call. That was my fault. That's all. Start taking their money. Start holding them to the same standards you hold the players to and the coaches to, and I guarantee you stuff will change. See, because if it's about money and gambling, like D just said, then he can't afford to lose that game check. And most of these refs are lawyers and doctors anyway, so,
I got a question. I got a question because I need Abe to chime in. I seen a post also where they said instead of us talking to how the coaches have to come up there after the game and the players get interviewed, should we start making the refs come up there and answer questions after the game?
It don't matter. It won't matter though, Because you know what they'll say? I made the call. Next question.
Skip, that's a good point because go back to Dallas and Green Bay, that playoff game where Des Bryant's catch, the ref came back after the game and he said, it looks like a catch looking at it now.
And then what? That'll be the headline. It won't be the headline because they're not superstars. It won't be a LeBron or a Dak or whoever, a big name player. It's just a ref. Go ahead,
Hey, go ahead.
And as fans, just like Kev has exampled Dallas and South Carolina.
His teams.
As fans, I think we all have been victims of a ref bullshit call.
You
feel what I'm saying? So they definitely not perfect, and then you get the things where you have experience refs being paid to throw games or do whatever, in gambling. I think that was in the NBA or whatever. But just going into the topic where D got it from, where Detroit was griping about OKC. In that case, man, OKC one of the best teams in the league, probably the best right now in the season. So they play aggressive, they play nasty, they play hungry. So you have to kind of turn your boys up to match that, because that's why they at where they at. You feel what I'm saying? But just going back, I feel like we all have been victims of terrible ref calls, man. KC game this year, Kyle Pitts, PI, no call. That's the difference of a playoff game. Let's make it to the playoffs maybe, but it's. I agree with Skip. We definitely need to start holding them accountable. I don't know about messing with their money, but
you should mess with the NBA players' money.
True. At least have them come up there and explain what they saw in the call, why they made it. Because and give them that opportunity to see the play from the screen in front of everybody, so they can either own up to it, like, damn, I missed that, or just whatever it may be. But I definitely think we need to start holding the refs accountable more, for sure.
But now, real quick on that, and then I'm gonna try to answer Justin's question, or reply to his question. When an NBA player say, "Man, he called to check on me because I asked him what I did," your feelings getting hurt. Refs need to have some checks and balances. It's only so much you can do. If your feelings hurt or you're in a bad mood, stay home. You know what I mean? A player got a right to question you. You ain't above reproach. Baseball, man, that was a strike. You out of here. Or coach come out, hey man, it was a check swing. You out of here. You get to throw coaches out to do all this stuff here with no repercussions. That is too much power for a ref to have, in my opinion.
If y'all haven't checked out, Jeff T has some interesting podcast takes. I know Abe might be there, ran across him when he was talking about the black guy that's the ref with the eyebrows. And he said the dude will be talking to you like he cool, like who them heifers is in the stands, and you like this, that, and he said as soon as the game started, he talking to you like shut the F up, this, that, whatever. He like, I thought we was cool. But Abe has coached in some big time football games in Little League, and I know for a fact you would have a ref come over and talk to you before the game. Hey, look, coach, this is how we calling this today. Get your boys in order. I need chin straps, buckle up and mouthpiece in, tell you I don't need all that talking. So, and I know this on a different level because they're professional, but you can't sit up and tell me that you're not having a conversation with the head coaches before the game start. Hey, we're going to let them play today now. We ain't doing all that crying. I don't want to hear XYZ, this, that. You got to be having this conversation. But it gets to the point where the referees want to be bigger than the game, per se.
Yeah, and they're showing that they got the power to be bigger than the game. And that's the terrible thing about it. You got to have, we know if we go too fast, we're going to get a speeding ticket. And if we go faster than that, we're going to go to jail for reckless driving or whatever, super speed or whatever it's called. So these refs have no rules or no laws governing them. And it's terrible, especially baseball, man. And then what's the old ref that would tell you, let you talk to him and say, all right, that's enough, shut up. And you're like, you don't tell me to shut up. Okay, Tick, you out of here. Well, wait a minute, what?
Oh yeah, they got him out. They made him retire.
Yeah, but that's when it's terrible to see that, because I didn't pay to see you wield some power that you shouldn't have. I paid to see this guy get out here and perform, and you're messing the game up by talking back to him. Hey, you got one warning. Don't talk to me like that. And go on to focus, but you'll follow him around. Rasheed Wallace got to take one time for looking at the ref.
Yes.
All he did was just stand there and look at it. Didn't frown. Just, you got to tech. You're intimidating me. What?
But you know that's she. Now she gonna.
It don't make a difference. It's still a look.
She gonna.
He didn't break no laws. He didn't break no rules.
She look is a tech.
Again, but see,
that's there.
Draymond Green get away with murder. He gets away with murder. You telling me if he's standing there just stare at the ref, they can give him a tech because of his history? Come on, man. That's what I mean by the unmitigated power that they have. It's just it's ridiculous. But they're not gonna rein it in, because then who they gonna get the ref? I mean, it's a lot of refs out there, but it's just terrible, man. They got to do something.
Yeah, I noticed that I've been watching NBA games a lot lately since NFL ended, but I've been seeing not so many women refs as it was last year. Last year was a number of them. So I wonder did they start discriminating or what happened with that? Because I ain't seen really too many.
Well,
I remember a couple of games. It was last year. It was women announcers and women refs.
yes.
Make me change.
You got to have one on each team, on each ref squad.
I think with the popularity of the WNBA, they can transition them over, because the popularity, now they're getting the revenue that they need for them to be refereeing those games compared to whatever, and you don't see them as much because there's an emotional factor in there too. It's hard to say, ladies and gentlemen, but
it's what it is. If they don't know that, that's the problem.
Nothing will make me change. Nothing will make me change a football game faster than hearing a female commentator. I don't know why.
A football game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Basketball, I understand it because there's an entire women's basketball league. But football just.
So you don't think Doris Burke can call an NFL game?
She can call one, but she shouldn't be telling nobody what they should have did or what they should have did. If like a radio announcer can call a game, but NFL announcer on TV, it's different. When you sitting there watching, talking about what he do that, why did he check down? Wait a minute, you're not that good. I think that's what Ken's talking about.
Yeah, yes. All right. Well, fellas, we got to wrap up here in a minute, but we're going to get to one last thing here. Xavier Worthy. Is he dodging a bullet? Now, hang on. Let me just, for the folks who don't know, Chiefs wide receiver Xavier Worthy is suing his ex-fiancée with allegations of extortion and abuse. He claims that his ex-fiancée stole and destroyed more than $150,000 in cash and property, assaulted him. Worthy was arrested earlier this month in Texas on a charge of assault of a family or household member by impeding the breathing or circulation. So basically domestic violence. He was choking the hell out of her, allegedly.
But they wouldn't prosecute, so he ain't do nothing.
Yes. So soon after the charges, the district attorney said that the charges would not be filed. Worthy is seeking an amount between $250,000 and $1 million for damages, including punitive and exemplary. Yes, there we go. Scheme. Yeah, he basically said she came up with a whole big plan to get over on him. So yeah, man, these hoes be trifling.
Hey,
B, what you got?
Listen, I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for none of these cats. With all of these NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball players before you that have went through this with these gold diggers, with these nothing ass women, for you to come out and what's he? This is his second year in the league, or he a rookie?
He's a rookie.
Okay, for you to come out You ain't married this girl in college. You want to get this contract and then you want a fiance. Y'all are stupid. If I don't know you, you could be Halle Berry. And I don't know how much Halle Berry got, but if I'm an NFL player, I'm making millions a year. Me and Halle ain't finna get married. You understand me? Me and Halle gonna kick it. We might, I might stay at your house and have a toothbrush at your house or my house, whatever. But all of these dudes get with these women called, I'm sorry?
Go ahead, Skip. You said
all of these dudes getting this money, and all of a sudden you get you a woman that you never had before, the type of woman you never could have had until you got these contracts, and she your fiance. Or you want to have a baby with her, a la your boy played for Minnesota. You just going in these women raw making babies. I don't want the baby. She keep it anyway. What are y'all thinking?
That's
Anything
why
that happens to them, they deserve
it. So, the crazy part about his story, and there's so many others that we don't, I did a little backstory. He was in college and he DM'd this young lady in the DM trying to talk to her. She didn't give him the time of day. Somebody let her know who he was. She moves to Texas while he's in college, Skip, and find out what his worth was, his potential worth rather. Finds out where he is and walks up on him and basically says, I've been looking for you. I don't know why the bell didn't go off in his head then, but he had been trying to get with her. You see what I'm saying? And it kills me because kudos to LeBron having Savannah. They've been together since high school, whatever. Because if I was coming into the league, that's who I would want. Somebody that's been through the trenches with me through high school, college, or whatever. You follow me. But if I'm going into the league as a single man, I might as well stay single till I'm damn near finna retire, 30-ish, 35-ish. I'm finna come out the league because it's too much going on. And for somebody for her to think, and he found this out, kudos to him because he did get a private investigator. He felt like he knew something wasn't right. Probably his folks talking to him, mother, father. I don't know who he got in his life. But somebody had the warning signs was there. You follow me? Luckily, he did not get a baby with her. And I'm just saying this. Who's training these young ladies? Because that would look like a orchestrated plan.
They mamas.
For this to happen.
They mamas.
This is crazy. And then you will have some of the women come out and say, oh, he goes and gets this.
But that's part of the reason why.
And they doing it too. Don't get it twisted because they'll do it too now.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just saying.
But my thing is, you gotta have enough common sense to know. Oh, I got this money. I'm gonna go get this 10. If you couldn't get that 10 before you got that money, dog, it ain't for you. It just ain't. And common sense escapes these kids because now they're getting money hand over fist like it's nothing. And I don't feel sorry for none of them. Like I was just saying earlier about Jaden Daniels' mama getting in this man is grown. You understand me? I can see you saying, hey, baby, be careful, blah, 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 blah. But to do that on national TV like that, like she did, no. No. But again, she's keeping him from the pitfalls that this guy done went through. I can understand that aspect of it too, but no.
Right. And I don't think Juju gonna take him through no. She got her own damn money.
But that's a different situation because she got money. We're talking about this skeezer that ain't had nothing.
Well, for him, right? I'm gonna just say from experience. I know he proposed to a young lady. I know he in the league right now, making a good little piece of change. But bro, you probably 22.
You gonna meet some other
up here.
They gonna come at him.
Up here, you're not ready to make that commitment to get married, and that might have just been a tell-all sign for you to just take a step back, evaluate things a little better, and just try to find you somebody who for you. You feel what I'm saying? And right now at 22, 23, I'm gonna just say, he's still trying to figure it out, bro. and kudos to him for wanting to try to take that step and make commitment. But if you felt like before you propose, anytime before you propose, that you felt like she was doing something or you had to get a PI, why the hell you propose? I don't understand it.
My money will change that. She'll stay with me for my money.
No, and you could see that.
Juvenile thinking.
And he still got a rookie deal, but he still got him some money. And if she gonna cheat on you when you got some money, then like what's the end all for this? You feel what I'm saying? That's why I said I'm glad it happened to him now, so he could and the answer to that question did dodge a bullet. So he gonna I'm definitely sure he gonna sit back and try to evaluate situations and women a little more now than just marry you. You gonna marry you, bro? You not even 25.
Next time he gonna have a baby, Abe. The next time he gonna have a baby.
Watch. I know we got to go, but this is the part where I've always said, and Skip can attest to this, Abe, in my previous lifestyle, when I used to walk into these environments, and Skip has been right there on my shoulder and been like, we looking around and you got all this ripe fruit running around. And it is like you got your pick of the litter of what you do. And some people, A and Kev, they don't know, they have all this money. And they just think, oh, I got it. I can take that. I can get that. I can do whatever. Not really understanding she got more game than you do.
Don't be surprised if they be back together too. Don't be.
They be what? If
they be back together.
She probably trying to get a baby out of him right now.
That's the part I was concerned with there, because usually the game is get the baby, then get married.
Yes, sir. You set for the rest for the next 18 years.
And see, y'all, the chicks that are doing this are the chicks that I grew up with. That's the perspective I can bring to y'all. These are the chicks that I with grew up with. Do I see all these chicks on here on Instagram and Facebook that I was friends, and half of them, what kills me, and we're not gonna get off on this, but I'm just gonna say this. You look like a 10 on Instagram, but a fucking 5 when I see you in person. And none of them got $1 to their name. That's the craziest part. You concerned with my wallet when you ain't got shit.
Right. My man got to. Well, you got to too.
Mm-hmm.
You want a red bottom? Go buy you a pair. Then I get you. You buy one, I buy one. There you go. All that when you got millions, you should have it too.
Let me tell you what got me so much with my wife was the fact that she don't need me for shit. She wants me here. She don't need me. Without me, she can still make her own money. She can still pay her own bills and be good to go.
There you go. They call that in the Bible evenly yoked.
And that we are, baby.
Anyway, we ain't finna get into all that with you. Look at D with the fireworks. But no, I don't feel sorry for none of these cats, man, because the ones that come from less than should have already seen it, and if not, they should have took notes from the ones that happened to before them, and for them to think that's gonna be different for them, good for you. That's just the way I see it. The boy in Minnesota from here in Atlanta, the young cat. The girl got pregnant. He told her he didn't want the baby. She kept it. And he said, I don't want nothing to do with it. He should have signed his rights away. That's what he should have did.
I agree with that.
But I just pay. So she gonna keep going up on the money because she can, because you done proved that you don't want nothing to do with it. Just sign the rights away. Be done with it.
I'm a little mad at him though. I'm a little. Well, he from around me and Abe way.
Could have been your next door neighbor. So what? He made a mistake.
No, because he got more than just that, Skip. He got several. It ain't just that one. He got several, and it's like, who are your people around you? Because you want to be around here, Travis Henry, when you retire.
Sean Kemp, 17 kids in 17 different cities.
That's what I'm saying. So that's the part where again,
Holyfield,
Tyreek Hill.
he got another baby on the way. He got another one. He got a whole.
Yeah, but Skip, he's had these 5 in like the last 4 years. I mean, like I just said too, Nick
got another one on the way.
But now watch this. This gonna sound like hate, but most of these cats we talking about are some ugly dudes, man.
Oh,
if it don't be for the money, they don't get this. We all know dudes that got game. Ugly as a motherfucker that got game. But these dudes that doing this, them some ugly cats, man.
So
you never had none of that level.
So that's why
big dudes, like big dudes, they usually got the sweet talking mouth, but they don't have the
manpower. The manpower.
You know, he say Ant-Man try to be like Nick Cannon. People don't realize how much money Nick Cannon got.
Yeah,
Nick Cannon is setting out to do this. This is his intention to do this. This ain't these guys' intention. So no, I don't think he's trying to be like Nick. Nick, he putting a baby in you. That's just what it is. The rest of these guys just trying to get pregnant. They trying to have sex and not doing the right things to prevent the babies from coming because they feel like, oh baby, I don't want no baby neither. And boom, now you got one. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Nick Cannon ain't got to do a damn thing with sport. Skip. Give me your last take, bro. Give me your last take.
Listen, man, the take we was talking about the refs, man. I know we're still on the bottom end of the podcast scale, but I just hope that something we say somebody else picks it up and it grows like a snowball. These refs have to have checks and balances. They have to have repercussions. There needs to be something in place to where when it's just a blatantly bad call, regardless of what league it is, it should be a phone call or a buzz on the hip. Hey, pause the game, go review that play and pick that flag up or whatever, stop, unblow the whistle or whatever the case may be, because they're going to ruin the fans' experience and the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball is going to start losing attendance money. And then it'll be too late. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you. Welcome back, Abe.
Hey, kudos. Thank y'all for tuning in to the show tonight. A lot of great topics that we had this evening, and I appreciate it. And like I said, anybody, you want to come on, you want to chat, you want to get on live, we have an open door policy here. And thank you for my brother, the Kickstep King, for coming back on live and giving his knowledge as we get ready to, get into the draft and see some of the guys that he's been around and getting drafted this year. He'll be able to tell us some of these kids also. But good night and thank y'all.
Appreciate it. Glad to be back. Definitely glad to be back. But I was just reading something online, man, to where it said that these next couple of years, maybe 5 or 6 years, we're gonna have NFL players with almost $1 billion contracts. The scale of money gonna go up so high to where you're gonna have players signing 10-year deals for $800 million, where they getting paid $80 million, almost $100 million a year. So, hey man, y'all, as long as football is a sport, man, get them kids into it. I don't care what they play linemen make money too. It might not be that much, but whatever it is, man, make sure your kids working on your craft and whatever sport it is, and making sure that they can be the best that they can be, so they can one day grow up and take care of y'all, take care of their family. So
that's right.
Everybody glad to be back.
Well said, Abe.
A new rule: if the ref make a bad call, the biggest athlete should be allowed to whoop their ass.
I'm a ref having to go up against TJ Watt after a game in an Oklahoma drill.
Give him 10 lashes at the 50.
No, let him
man.
try to stop a bull rush.
All right. Well, hey, man, to everybody who tuned in tonight, we appreciate you. We will be back next Monday night. We will see you then. But until we meet, please make sure that the beer stays cold and the wings are always lemon pepper. Baby, we are out. Welcome back, Coach Abe.